Just bringing another one. This one is kind of away from ROI dApps. It's more of a gaming dApp. I don't know. Whenever I hear game, I think of a lot of time, and I don't know. That's why I steer clear of some of the games because I don't want to spend a lot of time managing something, playing something. Um, I really am into DeFi and investing more for the passive income aspect and for the actual investment than playing a game. I mean, yes, the game can be fun, but I'm here to make the money, and anything that takes a lot of time to do that, the entertainment's fun, it's good, but I'm here to like build up what I'm making. So I like these that are just simple, an hour, just a few minutes here and there every day is fine with me. It's just, yeah, I don't want to do any of those things that are more involved because it's at that point, if I have to sit there and babysit it to actually get it to grow, then I'm not really into it. I mean, yeah, it's really about your own style, but that's just the way I am. Anyway, this one is called the Space Field game. It's on the Binance Smart Chain. They just launched the SPO token a few days back, and with that, this game. Now, if you watched my video on baked beans, it's very similar to that. It's actually a fork off of the same BNB miner that's built off of. So when you see the code, it's all about eggs and things like that. It's the same base of code, but they've added a lot of cool things on this, and we will go over that. Of course, this is high risk. It's not. I don't think it's as high risk as pure ROI dApps, because those are strictly Ponzinomics. But these ones have a token behind them. That token can go up or down. If it goes up, the amount that you make is greater because that token's worth more, obviously. There's also mining in the background. There's buying of liquidity, and it's mainly just mining all tokens. So and then they swap those back in, and it gains value. So that's part of your investment is going towards that to actually build, to actually return a higher return. But it's kind of built on 3.33% daily. But this is not one of those where you throw it in here and a few days later you cash out a giant chunk. That's not the way this is built. It's also not built for daily withdrawing. It is built similar to baked beans, where you're going to want to be reinvesting often and taking profits along the way. So if you're looking for that 500% in a week, this is not it. Go elsewhere. But this is one that'll probably be more consistent. And as that token grows, hopefully, I mean, you can't guarantee this token will do anything. It might just plummet, and you might get paid a penny a day. Who knows? But it also could go, I think it's around 60-70 cents per token right now, but it could go up to $10. I don't know. So this is the graph of the token now. We can look at it. We are on the 15th. It launched on the 11th. So we're like 4 days in. So I mean, this thing could go up to $10. It could go down to a penny. I mean, who knows? I mean, it's crypto. It's all based off of it's based on the markets. It's based on utility of the token and things like that. So with that, let's talk about this Space Field. There's a recruit bonus and a referral bonus. The referral is your referral fee, and your recruit bonus is actually bonuses on what you're making. And we can talk about this. And like it says, this is just because we're away from those ROI Ponzinomic schemes. We're we're a little bit more removed from it. There still is some of that Ponzi-nomics in this, where we're all kind of in a pool together. But this relies on reinvestment and actually gaining value. But this is still very high risk. It says here that funds are used to recruit the astronauts, so the ones that you buy, they cannot be withdrawn. So once you put it in here, you can't just withdraw anytime. However, they will definitely work and find space treasures for you. Play the game at your own risk. Remember, never invest more than you can afford to lose, and always do your own research. Obviously, that's important for all these things. So yes, you put you buy your space ore, and then you stick it in here. You can't just withdraw your principal at any time, but it starts working for you. So this is the dashboard, kind of how things work. It's actually very simple. Once you approve the space ore, once you have it in your wallet, you can recruit or deposit into, this is basically your deposit. This just approves it so it can be used. This is your deposit. And then once you deposit, it starts your, whatever you deposit, however much ore you deposit gets you so many astronauts, and the astronauts go out and find you space treasures. And it will tell you about how much space ore per day that will yield. So there's 2 timers here, and I want to explain these down here. The bag will be full in so many hours. I think it's 30 hours at a time, and then sell your space treasures. So this is what you can do. Once you get past this first timer, I think the first one is a 10-hour, 8-hour timer. I'm not sure. I'll have to look in the documentation. But once this timer ends, you can either sell them, which is harvesting, or you can recruit more astronauts, which is reinvesting. So you're taking your yield up here and building more astronauts. So it's similar to rebaking your beans on the bean site. So that's important. So I want to talk about this sell. Well, actually, let's talk about the bag first. This timer is going to run on every 30 hours. And what happens is after 30 hours, you have to do one of these 2 things, because at 30 hours, this stops building anything. So this means you can't just be a big whale and dump a bunch in here and let it sit for days and then come in and just remove a bunch, because your bag will be full and it will stop giving you rewards unless you do one of these 2 actions. So that's kind of an anti-whale feature there, is they can't just build up a bunch and then just dump it all at the same time. They can't just make 3.3% a day and then just wait 100 days and take out 300%, 330%. That won't work. You have to come in here. You have to do one of these 2 things every 30 hours with the bag. And also with the withdraw, you can withdraw and it's fine, but if you try to do it 2 times in a row, that second time you will get a 40% penalty. So you need to make sure you are reinvesting in between. At least I would probably suggest more. I don't know if it's like baked beans. I'll have to look to see if it's like a 6-to-1, reinvest 6 days, take profit 1 day, or if it's less often, I will have to see what might be the best strategy to keep this thing really going. But you cannot just keep withdrawing every day or every 6 hours or something, because you will get that 40% hit, which goes to the contract and you can't get it back. So just be aware of that. This is not one of those things where you can just dump it in here, wait a while, and then just withdraw. You cannot just get in here and withdraw every day. You can, but you're gonna almost half your rewards, and a lot of that will go back into the contract. So so yeah, there's a referral link that you can use, bring your friends into it or whatever. And this is kind of all the documentation on it. They put it down here. It's in the white paper too, the exact same thing. Yeah, it's really dependent on other people's actions. You know, you want to rehire, you want to compound, and yeah, it's basically says everybody needs to do their part. You know, you can take profit, just don't take it every single day. Don't just keep, you know, taking from this. This is one of those things where you need to build it up, build up your astronauts, and keep writing it. And you know, you're also depending on the price of that token, so just know that as well. Yeah, let's see. So yeah, this is the documentation. Once the bag is full, it will stop filling until you take some action in the game. This is to prevent whales from letting their rewards accumulate for a long time, and removes the false impression that contract value is going up when most of the rewards the whale is waiting to withdraw at once. So yeah, I actually really like that feature, that you have to do something. You can either withdraw or you can compound. You can't just like sit there and wait for it to accumulate a bunch. There's that cool off period. Yes, so the players who choose not to play the game and only sell, there will be a 40% tax on those sells that will stay in the contract. If the player makes 2 or more consecutive sells, this tax will be applied. Selling that are made following a rehire action after the 12-hour countdown will be exempt from the tax. So you have to have kind of that compound or reinvest between your withdrawals, otherwise it's not going to work, or you're going to get hit with that giant tax. Yeah, so it talks about how, you know, it's the supply and demand, it's based on this asset. So yeah, I mean, getting in now is kind of betting that that token's going to at least stay stable or go up. It is new, who knows what it's going to do. I mean, you can see these, it's going up, it's going down, it's, you know, but who knows? I mean, this thing could go up to, you know, $1 or $2 or 10 or 15, who knows? I guess it just depends on what happens here. They have a space lottery that you can join in. Basically, you can win, you know, you can just read through this. You approve the lottery, you deposit. Tickets are 3 space ore each. And I think they have a timer. The previous pot was 95 space ore. So, yeah, so you can go onto the PooCoin site. You can click trade here, and it will give you this way to do it. I mean, it's really going through PancakeSwap. So you can either do it here, which is automatically selected for you. You know, you can connect your wallet, and you can swap right here, or you can go to PancakeSwap itself, but you need that address, which is, that's the contract address for that token. And I'll leave this contract token address in the description. So if you do want to go to PancakeSwap on your own instead of going through the PooCoin swap, because it's really just the same thing, honestly. That's where you can get that space ore. Yeah, go ahead and read through this white paper if you're interested in this. A lot of it is the same stuff that was at the bottom. Yeah, there's that token address again for the space ore. The contract, these are a little different because they're based on a token that they've built. So it's not going to be. You're going to see big fat goose eggs around here. You're going to have to click on here and see the tokens that are in the actual contract down in here. So that's the actual balance. And like I said, these are different. They're not, they are smart contracts. They can't take out from the contract. But yeah, all this code you're going to see, it's all based on eggs, hatch eggs, sell eggs, because it's all based on the same fork that baked beans came from. But they've actually added more limitations around it and making sure people don't abuse the withdraws. So yeah, this is not going to be anything too special. It's not probably even worth going through the code. I mean, obviously things can get rugged, but I mean, yeah, it's safe math. Yeah, it's all based on the same code base as those guys. So yeah, 5% referral. I find it interesting that they're only doing like 1.3% for dev, which is super low, which is amazing, and 1.3% for marketing. Yeah, I really love when I see stuff like that. Even if they combine those two and just pocketed both, they'd be 2.6, which is lower than almost all the fees I've seen elsewhere. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, guys, that's Spacefield. I'll leave a link below in the description if you want to check it out. This just came out a few days ago. This isn't ROI where you have to be on the first day. But yeah, it's really dependent on that token where you think it's going to go. But yeah, I mean, make your own decisions. This isn't financial advice. I'm not saying you need to do this. Weigh your own risks, blah, blah, blah. Take charge of your own investments. Anyway, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and like the video if you like it, subscribe if you want to subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.